All right. Hello and good morning. Good morning, everybody. You are tuning in to Minding My Business. My name is JD August, entrepreneur, author, speaker, and realtor, but most importantly, student and lifelong learner. And you're currently watching Minding My Business, our first episode of 2021, first episode ever for that notion. And I want to just kind of come across to you. This is being brought to you by Need a Word. And today we are going to be talking about some topics for new business owners and those who are looking to restart and jumpstart their business here in the new year. So 2021, we anticipate will be an amazing year. So why don't you join us for this first episode of Minding My Business, where we keep our mind on our business and our business on our mind. All right, so I'm going to just have you follow along with me. We got a couple things that we want to discuss today. And so first of all, today looks like we're going to be talking about a couple of key things that's going to be really important for your business this year. First of all, we're going to start talking about the keys to starting or restarting your business. Every new year, you have the opportunity to restart your business the way that you design, the way that you plan. So we're going to talk about some keys of doing that. We're going to talk about shifting our networking mindset, the way that we look at networking. And we're going to actually hear from some words from our mentors. So a lot of this information and some of the insight that we're going to receive are going to be from those that came before us, entrepreneurs, business people that have been really successful in what they've done. So we're going to look at some of the things that they advise around these topics. We're going to talk about the character of the coachable. So the character of the coachable really is going to be important for you as you build your new business and that you look to expand your business, because what you're able to receive will determine how far you will go in business. And then I'm going to leave you off with 6 tips on starting your company off strong here in 2021. I'm going to find a great article there that's going to really help you. Now, if you are new to being an entrepreneur, this is your first business venture, or you have been in business for many years, this broadcast is for you. So tap in, go ahead and share and like the page. This is being brought to you by Need a Word. But if you're watching me on YouTube, go ahead and tap the subscribe button. We're going to do this every single Monday, Minding My Business, to get you jump started for the year and for the week, right here on Need a Word. And at the end of the session, if we have some time for those that are live on the stream with me, we're going to do some live brainstorming and consulting. I own a business with my partner that we do business consulting, really helping you to expand your business, looking at different ways to expand your marketing and to increase your revenue. So we'll do some live brainstorming right here on the chat. If you are chatting, go ahead and just let me know. And if you have some ideas of how you can expand or have some questions of how you can expand your business, as long as we have time, we will go ahead and dive into that. All right. So over the next 30 minutes or so, here's how the show is going to go. Each week, I am going to introduce a word. This is the Need a Word Network, so we're going to run away with that same theme. We're going to introduce one word, and that one word we are going to use as our underlying theme to really help drive the conversation. This week, the word is Jumpstart. Jumpstart. This is for our week 1 training. The word is Jumpstart. Now, what is a Jumpstart? A Jumpstart, also called a boost, is a method of starting a vehicle that has discharged battery or it's a dead battery. It's a temporary connection. It's made to the battery of another vehicle or to some other external power source. Now, if you've ever had a dead battery in your car, you know exactly what a jump start is. And that's what we're going to use as our underlying theme for today's training, giving your business a jump start. All right. Now, if you can't see that, actually, let me go ahead and do this. That might work out a little bit better. Hey, this is our first episode. Let me work out the kinks. But thank you again for joining us. So that is what a jump start is. Now, let's look at that a little bit closer. It says that it is the method of a temporary connection to connect your battery, your dead battery, to another vehicle or some other external power source. So let's think about your business, right? You are starting a new business, or you are restarting a business idea that maybe has gone dead, or because it's the new year, it's basically at a standstill and now you are looking to restart it. When you have a dead car, you connect the cables of your dead battery to the connection and to the battery of another vehicle that is already in motion, that has energy. So the key words there being another vehicle and external power source. What does that sound like to you? External power sources, networking, mentoring, and coaching. And we're going to dive into each of these three factors of business. Networking, that's connecting with others, being able to create things together with others, to work in partnership with others. Networking. And we're really going to talk about some key things about networking. There's so many different avenues that you can talk about when it comes to networking. But we're going to talk about one specific thing, and that's going to be the mindset of networking, because I think that as an entrepreneur, we sometimes don't know what networking looks like, right? As I looked up the picture to create the graph here, the chart, I noticed there were pictures of people at bars and hanging out. There were other pictures of teamwork and things of that nature. And all of these are aspects of networking. But networking is not just getting together with some friends or mingling with a group of people. Networking is really putting your hands together, helping one another. And we're going to dive into that a little bit more today. We're also going to talk about mentoring, connecting with others. So networking is connecting with others. Mentoring is connecting with leaders, connecting with those who have more experience. Remember, an external power source that has an energy and a battery that is able to jumpstart yours. So for your business, as you begin to start, whether you're in real estate, do you do taxes? Are you a barber or a hair salon artist? What kind of business do you have? I'm pretty sure that there is someone that you can look to in reference to mentorship. Now, whether that person be in physical distance to you, somewhere that you can actually go to and sit under and speak with to help start your business, or if that is someone that you are going to look and research into their path into business, we're going to kind of talk about that a little bit more. And we're going to hear from some mentors today. And then the last one is coaching. So networking is connecting with others, mentoring is connecting with leaders. And today we're going to talk about coaching, but from the perspective of connecting with self. There's different aspects of coaching, but one of the things about coaching is that you have to be coachable. If you get a mentor, it makes no point to have a mentor if you are not coachable. So we're going to dive into that as well. So let's talk about networking first, right? So science has shown that the most successful people are often also those who rely heavily on the power of networking. That's the most successful people. Ultimately, pursuing opportunities to connect with industry leaders or professionals with varying interests and perspectives, and it's critical to your own career growth. Now, science has shown that people that have relied on networking are the most successful, and not just rely on it, rely heavily on it. It is a big part of their business. So it's not something that they do every once in a while, or they do passively. They do it with a specific purpose. They do it consistently. How consistent are you with your networking? And I know right now it's a little tough with the coronavirus and being quarantined, but here we are networking, aren't we? Right? So you have so many different avenues and different venues that you can use to network with others. Another one, of course, being something that you're on all of the time, your phone, to reach out and to connect. We're going to talk about networking a little bit more. But here's the thing. We all know that networking is important. So I'm not saying anything new here, right? Yet many entrepreneurs refuse to do it, or don't know how to do it, or do it with the wrong mindset. So I want to look to one of our mentors here for this topic on how we want to look at mentoring. So let's take a look. I'm going to bring you some information from Mr. Harvey McKay. Mr. Harvey McKay. And here's what he thinks about networking. My golden rule of networking is simple. Don't keep score. Isn't that interesting? Do not keep score. I want you to think about that, right? Is that your mindset when it comes to networking? Or do most people have the mindset of you do something for me and I do something for you, and if I do too much for you, or I feel like I'm sending you too many referrals, or supporting your business, or sharing your content online, I'm doing that all the time, and you haven't done anything for me, or you are unable to bring me customers. Maybe there's someone you can refer them customers, but in their business model, they won't be able to refer you as many customers. So you're keeping score, and that way you are able to nurture that network. And what Mr. Harvey McKay is saying is that the golden rule is simple. It's don't keep score, which means that you have to have a more genuine and sincere mindset when it comes to networking for it to be very effective, at least from his perspective. Now, who is Mr. Harvey McKay? I have made a commitment that if I bring you a quote from a mentor, I wanted to tell you a little bit about them so that way you know what the credentials are. Harvey McKay is an author of 7 bestseller books, 7, all right, including a book called Swim with the Sharks, Never Told. At the age of 82, he is still an entrepreneur, and he is one of the world's top leading experts, leadership experts, Hall of Fame winning speaker, and also has accomplished more in business than most entrepreneurs will achieve in a lifetime. So definitely someone we want to listen to. Now, after 21 years and 5 million copies of Swimming with the Sharks becoming one of the bestseller books for him, he still continues to sell 250,000 copies a year of his book. Current net worth is $4 million. Okay, nothing to laugh at there. Now, you might think $4 million, that's not a lot of money compared to others. You're right, but at the same time, we can't be excited about $600 stimulus or a $1,200 possible stimulus and then snuff our nose at $4 million. So obviously there's people that have made much more, but in business and as an entrepreneur, that is definitely someone that is worth listening to. So again, not keeping score, one of the key things there with that. So tell me, what does it mean to not keep score for you? What does it mean? Right? What does it mean to not keep score? How does that look in your business if you're not going to keep score of how you have helped others, of the referrals? And for me, here's what it means to me. It means that I am going to nurture the relationships with other entrepreneurs, other business people, and count that to be more important. If I'm going to count something or score something, I'm going to count that relationship to be more important than the referrals that person sends me. Because the funny thing about business is that you will meet people and you will come across some of your biggest deals in the most interesting ways. I remember when, and again, this broadcast is also for those if you work for a job. So whether you're a sole proprietor, you have an LLC, you're a contractor, I already said barber, hairstylist, nail salon, whatever business that it is that you start, or maybe you're just in sales, you're an entrepreneur. Even if you're working within a company as a salesperson, you're an entrepreneur. So this broadcast is for you, share it with others. But I remember being a door-to-door salesperson for telecommunications in companies some years ago. And I was working in a neighborhood as I normally would do. And I came across someone, a police officer at the time, and me and him had a great conversation. And I sincerely just wanted to help him with his cable and his internet. And of course, the byproduct of that was me making a commission. That is definitely going to be what's going to happen. So I'm going to make a commission on this sale. But my main focus was to make sure that I gave him great service. So I did that. And in focusing on doing that without having to keep score or having to ask him for anything, this man began to recommend me to other officers in his department, right? And because of the service that I provided him, because of the relationship that I was able to build with him during the conversation, it was a very genuine conversation, a very genuine relationship that was built in a very quick moment. He connected me, an external power source, with his entire department. That week, I don't know if I knocked on any doors. I literally went from referral to referral to referral to referral, and each deal gave me a significant amount of money. I made good money at that company. So as a door-to-door salesperson, see, my focus wasn't on how much referrals can I get from him. I didn't even have that in mind, not at that moment. But because I gave him great service, he referred me, and then he continued to refer me. And then I, of course, made sure that I provided them with other service as well. So what does it mean to you to not keep score? Let's see what some of our viewers are saying. We've got Britannia, who says that it's about partnership, and it may not always be equal partnership. It's okay. We all have different things to contribute. That is absolutely true. A great point there. My wife this morning up saying focus on giving to someone else instead of worrying about what you will receive in return. Thank you, love. Absolutely true, right? And then we've got Tavares Butler, nourishing the relationships, not the accomplishments. Absolutely love that. Being more concerned about the people and not what your results will be. So thank you again for joining. Absolutely phenomenal. Let's look at what's next here. So as we talk about that, let's go into now coaching. I want to dive into coaching just a little bit. Again, you are watching Minding My Business, where we keep our mind on our business and our business on our mind this Monday morning. So the character of coaching is very important. I want to tell you about coaching, since that's one of the external sources that I am recommending for you to use. With building your business, as you start to launch your building, you want to receive some coaching. Now, coaching is something that's important, but we want to talk about the character of coaching because we're going to talk about connecting with yourself, why it's important for you to become coachable. Now, I had this scenario that happened just recently where my Apple laptop had really become dead. It needed a jump start, like for real, y'all. It was running incredibly slow. It got to the point where I would turn it on, and before I could do anything, everything would crash, and I would just turn it back off. And it was like that for several months, to the point where I just ended up just closing my laptop and putting it off in the corner of the house somewhere. Now, until recently, I finally did something. You know what I did? I called Apple. Sounds simple enough, right? I called Apple, and here's what the Apple representative was able to do. The Apple representative had me turn my laptop on, and then they did what was called like screen sharing, where they were able to see my screen and direct me to different things that I could do for my laptop and to get it back to optimal speed. Now that laptop is working better than ever. Now, why did it sit in the corner for 3 months when all I had to do was make a call? Why? Right? It's the same reason why do we forget to get coaching. See, the thing is, it may sound simple. You might say, well, JD, that's on you. You should have just gave them a call, right? But we forget about reaching out to an external source or to receive coaching from someone who has more experience. And this was the perfect example, because here's the thing about a coach cannot do it for you. If you are in personal training and you are getting coaching from a personal trainer, they cannot pick up the weights for you. All they do is work on your form, and they work on certain things for you. When you think of Michael Jordan, when you think of Tom Brady, the coach is on the sideline and they coach them, but they can't go into the game for the players. So one of the key things is having a coach that's able to really help you and then to send you out into your industry for you to do what they have asked you to do. And that's exactly what the Apple representative did. Although they were able to see my screen, they couldn't click on anything. I had to do it. But the reason why it took so long is because we forget to receive coaching. We forget the power of coaching. What are some other reasons that you think that we are not coachable? I think that's one of the reasons why we forget as well, is because we're just not coachable. Every experience that we've had it has maybe been a negative experience with others, maybe feeling like someone's trying to control you. So then we have to kind of deal with the character of coaching. Why are some reasons that we are not coachable? Because we know that coaching is powerful. It empowers your business. Why are we not coachable? Right? You have to ask yourself that question. Why are we not coachable? Think about it. What impact does it have on a person's ability to develop if they are uncoachable or not being able to be coached? It's a huge impact, isn't it? They can't grow. Everything is I know. They don't want to receive from someone else. I mean, it would be like me calling Apple, the representative getting on the phone, telling me what to do, and at the same time I'm saying, no, I already tried that. Let me do this instead. You have someone with more experience that you can connect with, a power source that you can get a jumpstart from, business owner, entrepreneur, someone that you know that's been in business either longer than you or doing really well. My realtors. A lot of times we don't connect and get coaching, even from those in our brokerage that have been in real estate for years. It doesn't mean that you have to become them, but to learn from them and to connect to them, it's critically important to your development. So if I would have told that agent on the phone, hey, I know how to fix this, then why did you call me? Right? So it's very important. And then the last question, how can you become more coachable starting today? Remember, I want to give you some things that's going to launch you into this week and to help your business immediately, giving you an impact. So when we talk about networking, when we talk about mentoring, when we talk about coaching, what are some things that you can do this week to implement that into your business? How can you become more coachable this week? Taking some time to maybe reflect on your perspective. All right. Let's go forward. There's a second definition of coaching, and it is this. It is to start or restart something rapidly or forcefully. To start or restart something rapidly or forcefully. That's the second definition of Jumpstart. Now, this is really good. It's rapidly or forcefully. Rapidly or forcefully. So it's 2021. You want to get a quick start off to your business for this year. Also, you want to get a forceful start, a strong start. You want something to be felt from your business, not just getting off to a quick start and then fizzling out. I want to look to one of our mentors again. I love this. This one comes from Ray Charles. Listen what Ray Charles has to say. He says, what is a soul? It's like electricity. We don't really know what it is, but it's the force. Remember we talked about restarting forcefully that can light a room. Ray Charles. Let's talk about who Ray Charles is, and then I'm going to go back to that quote. Accolades, of course. If I bring you a quote, I'm going to bring you their story. Ray Charles, if you don't know for some reason, is an American singer, songwriter, pianist, and composer. Charles pioneered soul music. He knows soul, right? The genre during the 1950s by combining blues, jazz, rhythm, and blues and gospel styles into music. He is a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award winner in 1987. He has 10 recordings that have been inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame. Okay, 10 Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone ranked him number 10 on their list of greatest artists and number 2 all time of greatest singers. His net worth, over $75 million. So we can listen to Mr. Ray Charles just a little bit. Over $75 million. Now, look what he says. What is a soul? It's like electricity. Electricity? That sounds interesting. That sounds like something we talked about before. Electricity. It's a jump start. He said, what is the soul? It's like electricity. It's a force that can light up the room. You know what that tells me? That tells me that you can't just jumpstart your mind and your body and become great. You have to jumpstart your soul. You have to put your soul into what you're doing. Your business is going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of investment. Okay, so you can't do it passively. And I think sometimes we think that, hey, if I just put my mind to it, if I study and if I acquire information as you are doing today, which is great, that's enough. No, that you can do it without doing your body, without exercising, without eating right, without your body can only carry you, your mind can only carry you as far as the body will. So you have to take care of your body. And those two things are great. But what is that without the soul? Without the energy force that you have that keeps you alive? The thing that is going to last past your life, right? And how do you jumpstart your soul? Now, remember, this is being brought to you by Need a Word. So if you need a jumpstart to your soul, you're on the right network already. We have plenty of videos that we do every single Sunday and Fridays that will help you jumpstart your soul. No matter, what your beliefs are, you need the ability to jumpstart your soul. So I would definitely advise you to head over to some of our videos there so that you can get some of the weight off of your soul. As an entrepreneur and as a human being, you're a human being as an entrepreneur, you are weighed down by just about everything like everyone else. What's happened in 2021, what's happened in your family, what's happened in your past. You are trying to build something that has never been built before, or you are trying to build something from scratch. And here you have with all of the obstacles that everyone else has. So you have to jumpstart your soul, connect to an external power source that is more powerful than yours. I only know of one, which is why I'm going to recommend you head over to Need a Word and to jumpstart your soul that way. All right. But that is absolutely powerful. Okay. Let's talk about what the soul is. The soul is defined as our spiritual or immaterial part of the human being. It's the emotional or intellectual energy or intensity, especially revealed in a work of art or an artistic performance. Right? You see that with an artistic performance. You see it in works of art, but it's intensity of your soul. Sometimes you eat some good food and you say, they put their soul into it. Really, they say they put their foot, but the soul of the foot, that's probably where that came from. They put their soul into it. I want you to put your soul into your business. Think about how much value the world puts on the soul. I don't want you to pass by this, because sometimes we think that, oh, here it is, it's the religious talk, it's the spiritual talk. But how many artists, musical artists, how many people in Hollywood, the topic that a lot of people look into is that did they sell their soul? That there is someone in the industry that is looking to purchase souls. You don't think that's interesting, right? That someone is putting a value on soul. And I'll go ahead and reference the one of the greatest books written, the Word of God, that says that what does it profit a man to gain the world but lose his soul? There's a lot of value in your soul. So what I want you to do is to jumpstart your soul this week. Deal with the things that are impacting your performance in your business, and also connect yourself with an external source that will help you to deal with those things so that you can go ahead and be all that you're supposed to be. Jumpstart your soul. All right. Now we're going to the end of our broadcast here. And as promised, I want to leave you off with 6 quick tips for starting off your company off strong. So I've got 6 quick tips to starting your company off strong. I'm just going to pull it up real quickly here and share that with you. Now, this is going to be coming from Tom Chalmers of the Business Collective. So I went and found this information for you. So I hope that this has been helpful. We want to try to keep this just around 30 minutes. It's a 30-minute hit just to get you going for this week, give you some information that is going to help you in your business this week. And I hope that it's been helpful. Again, if you are on YouTube, subscribe, hit the subscribe button. This is our first episode, and we're going to continue to bring some great content and find some more information. And we do this every Monday morning, 7:30 a.m. for my business owners, minding my business. We want your business to succeed, to go back, rewatch it, listen to the content, and implement that which you've received. But let me give you those 6 quick tips, and then we'll let you get on your day and to get to your business, go put your mind on your business. So tip number 1, don't start out with capital. Tip number 1 is don't start out with capital. Now, what that means is that you don't want to just provide too much money. Instead of needing to complete, put too much money into your business in the beginning, putting money into marketing, putting money into the products that you have to purchase, you want to start off with not too much capital. And the reason being is because you have to test some of the concepts out first. You need to see if something is going to be marketable. You need to see how your audience is going to respond to it, and also to fine tune your marketing. So if you start pumping 50, 100, or whatever the amount might be into your marketing campaign, but you have not yet fine tuned your marketing campaign, you could waste that money. So one of the things that Mr. Chalmers of the Business Collective recommends is to not start out with capital. Don't make that the priority. Instead, complete what's called the hard yard. The hard yard, which means that you are taking the initiative to put your sweat equity, blood, sweat, tears, your energy into marketing and getting your business out there, going out there, networking with people, putting in the work as opposed to putting in the capital. And then once you have fine-tuned and started to grow your business, then you can put your capital. You have to understand, as an entrepreneur and as new business owners, there's a lot of companies out there for your business. There are a lot of people out there looking to get your money. And until you start doing that, you won't understand where to invest the capital and where not to. Number 2, let's go to number 2. Don't call yourself a CEO. Do not call yourself a CEO. Unless you're actually running an executive board, he said, don't become overconsumed with titles. Are you working for the prestige, or are you working for the results? That's so powerful. How many people become a business owner? I'm the CEO of this company. I'm this and that. And have we become more attracted to the prestige of it? Now, I want to say something. I did something on purpose there. When I started off my broadcast, I went through a couple of titles, right? I said you was listening to J.D. August, author, realtor. I forget what else I said, right? I said quite a few things. Author, realtor, speaker, and lifelong learner. So you might think, well, J.D., you just did it. Why did you go through your titles? See, it depends on how you do it. Well, what I mean by that, I wasn't going through my titles. I was going through my services. It's not about prestige, right? You introduce yourself with your services if you have to. I'm an author, which means that if you need a book, I have one. I authored this book, The Heart of Sales, that you can get on Amazon. I'm a speaker. I say that on my broadcast, so that if you need a speaker for your company to motivate or to teach or to educate your business or your brokerage, I am available, right? So I want to make that example because sometimes we get lost in the prestige of a title, where you can be marketing your services and what you can bring to the market. So just an example there. Number 3, let's go to number 3. Think big and plan backwards. I love this one. Think big and plan backwards. He says ideas, not just goals, should be hugely ambitious from the beginning. From the beginning, it should be hugely ambitious. Only after having proposed it should you work your way backwards to determine whether it is feasible or not. He said at his company, he's only interested in ideas that sound a little crazy, right? The idea should be so ambitious right there at the beginning, from the beginning of it coming out, and sound even a little crazy. And then you work your way backwards to see if it's feasible. Think big, plan backwards. Now, the key word there for me is ideas, not goals. Okay, your goals should be smart. It should be specific. It should be measurable. It should be attainable. It should be reachable, right? It should be time worthy. That's your goals. But your ideas should be hugely ambitious. Hugely ambitious, which means think of things that are sometimes out of this world. A lot of times we declare our goals that are out of this world, a little unattainable from where we are, right? And you can elevate your goals as you move forward, but we don't do that with our ideas. We have big goals, small ideas. Big goals, small ideas. What he's saying is think big ideas. Think big ideas, okay? So if you're a realtor, as myself, think big ideas. I want to have an event with 500 people. If you've only had events where there's only you and 4 other realtors or 3 other people from your family there, that is a big idea. I want to have an event with 500 people, and I want to have a guest speaker, and I want it to be fully catered. Think big and then plan backwards to see if it's feasible. Okay? Whatever industry that you are in, how can you think big and then plan backwards? That is a great way to start off your business. This year, write down some of the big ideas that you have for your business and how you can expand it. All right? Number 4. Let's go to number 4. I've got 2 more for you, and then we'll let you go. Don't mistake action with progress. You have to throw everything in when you are starting a business. Time management, prioritizing will become an increasingly vital skill as your business grows. So don't mistake your actions with progress. You're going to be busy, we understand, but you have to be careful with busy work. Don't mistake that and running all over the place and doing all of these different things with progress. Make sure that you sit down and you evaluate how things are going. Number 5, stop the bad and scale the good. As an entrepreneur, you have the innate driver not to give up and to try to turn the situation around, but you have to learn to be honest with yourself. You have to learn when something has become bad, when something is not working for your business, and in how to scale the good, how to increase that thing that is working for you. Okay? And then number 6, last and final, always learn. Always learn. And that's going to be very key for you to always learn. So those are 6 quick tips for your company to get off to a strong start. Always learn, because it is always going to help you to be a student of life and a student of business, and to be able to acquire knowledge as you need it. Now, this is a great learning platform. I would hope so, where we are going to connect with different leaders and every Monday bring you some content to really help start your business. So as we let you go, please enjoy today. Put your soul into what you will do this week in reference to your business or your ventures and the things that you have put your mind to do. If you are going to be writing a book, as my wife is currently writing a book, and we'll be releasing that book this year. If you are also writing a book and looking to have your book published one day, and have not just the prestige of your name on it, but to have the passion of sharing information with people, put your soul in the pages. All right? Put your soul in the pages. Think big about how you want that book release to look, that book launch to look, and then think backwards of how you are going to accomplish that. Okay? All of the things that we talked about, I want you just to kind of think about it. Connecting with your coaches. Become more coachable this week. Okay? My realtors, my people in multi-level marketing, my people doing taxes and now are learning and getting geared up for the tax season. There's so many industries, I hate to start naming them because I'm pretty sure I'm going to miss so much, but my entrepreneurs, become more coachable this week. See what's stopping your coachability. Find yourself a mentor, whether it's someone close or on the internet, someone that you can follow and learn from. Okay? And remember to shift our mindset with networking. Connect with others, not just for what you can receive from them, but don't keep score, and you will definitely score. Hey, it's your man, JD August. You have been watching Minding My Business. It was a pleasure having you. I want to thank you all for joining. Meet me again next week here at Minding My Business. Have a great day.